If you've been wanting to raise your prices, but you aren't sure how to make your offer worth it, this training is for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to upgrade your offer in a few simple tweaks and steps so that you can feel comfortable, you can feel confident charging more, charging what your service is actually worth. So let's get into it. We are talking about how to raise our rates, how to specifically 2x the value that we are charging or that we're providing, which will allow us to double the price that we charge. Oh, hold on. Yes, I see little comments popping up. Excellent, thank you. So instead of just charging or raising the rates, we want to focus on what's the value that we're providing that would allow us to raise our rates. Okay, so I want you to think about, like, what is your current price right now? What are you charging for your current offer? Is it $1,500? Is it $2,000? Are you charging hourly? If you're charging hourly, DM me. Let's fix that. And then what is the desired rate? What would you ultimately like it to be? So I'm just going to use an example. Let's say that your offer currently is $1,500 and you're thinking about increasing your rates and you'd like to start charging $3,000. Okay. Now, if you don't go through this process, if you don't make any adjustments to your program, there's likely going to be a disconnect here. You might start to feel like a version of imposter syndrome. You might feel like that's a big step. And so when it comes to sales, the difference maker often is just simply confidence. So you have to be confident that your price is like 5 times less the value than what you're charging, right? The more confident you are in your offer, in your service, the easier it is to sell. And that comes into play when you're looking at raising your rates. So if you're raising your rates and you want to upgrade your offer, the spots for you to look at are not just the price, but the prospect. Is it time to upgrade your avatar? Is it time to be working with the next level client who can maybe afford a higher ticket offer? Okay, so that's one thing that you could change that will help you increase your rates. The next thing is your promise, which is really the messaging. It's the what is the deliverable? What's the outcome that you're promising, right? How do you communicate what it is you do, and how do we change that so that it's more clear and more in alignment with a higher ticket price? And then lastly is your process, right? How are you actually delivering this course and this transformation? Okay, and just make sure, yeah, you guys can still hear me. Great. So that's what we want to talk about. And so then I created this worksheet for you, and I'm gonna go through it here, and when I'm done, I'm gonna upload this, and in the comments I will give you a link so you can go through this on your own. But here's what we want to go through. So these are the things that we can change that will help us to raise our rates. First of all, our prospect. So let's have a conversation about this. And what I would do is I would start here and I would say, okay, who is my current avatar? So who are you working with currently? And if you were going to upgrade your avatar, if you were going to choose somebody who maybe was a little bit more affluent, like I hear it all the time. There's a lot of people who are working with clients, but they can't afford their offer. And so if you're trying to raise your rates to a community or to an avatar or a niche who can't afford you, that's not going to really work out that well, right? So who is your current avatar or ideal client, and who would you like it to be? Or who could it be? Or if you were going to upgrade your avatar, what would that look like? Now, in both cases, if you're building your business, like the people that you serve, you got to make sure that they tick all the boxes that allow for a successful, sustainable business, and one that you're actually lit up about and enjoy. And so you want to go through this kind of checklist, and you can do this with your current avatar, but also do it with the new avatar that you're thinking about upgrading. Okay, so do they tick all the boxes? So does your niche or ideal client have a specific problem that you can solve? Can they afford to pay you? Can you be seen as the expert to them? Can you easily find them online? Do you love them? Do you love working with them? And would serving them align with your deeper purpose? Okay. So you can ask that of your current avatar. And if any of those are a no, then I would consider changing your avatar anyway and upgrading to the new one. Also, often just like bringing more clarity to your message and to your offer can help you charge more, right? So one of the things that I struggle with, intuitive entrepreneur is kind of like a new, I don't know if anybody actually calls themselves or knows that they are an intuitive entrepreneur. They might be an intuitive entrepreneur, but I don't know if they're out there in the world calling themselves an intuitive entrepreneur. And so in that way, in my messaging, I often have to switch that around, okay? And the more clear I am, the more direct in my messaging, the better my posts and the better my ads do, and the better my marketing is. And so just bringing clarity to who it is you serve often can help you charge premium. So how would they identify themselves? And typically we identify in one of two ways. We identify professionally or we identify personally. So professionally, I might say I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant. Personally, I might say I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a beer league hockey player. I don't know. Like there are different ways that I identify. And so who is your avatar and how do they identify? And how do you want to target them? Professionally or personally, okay? And then you want to go through, make sure they tick all the boxes, and is upgrading your avatar a part of this process for increasing your rates? So that's first step. Next is your promise. Okay, so we might need to upgrade your promise. And what is a promise? It's what is it that you're offering, and what is the promise of your program? So what's the outcome that you deliver? If you're in the health and wealth space, is it you're helping your clients lose weight? Or is it that you're reducing stress, anxiety? Are you helping them create more time? Or what is the promise of your course or program? If somebody works with you, what are they going to get? Right? So for example, one of our programs is called Get Launched. And our promise is we're going to help you craft an offer and sell it in 6 weeks. Okay, so it's like, what's the promise? It needs to be clear and succinct. So what's your current, what's the problem that you solve, and what's the promise? And then if you're looking for like, what is a good promise made up of, it should have all of these things: a clear outcome, a clear timeline, a clear metric. What's a metric? It's the thing that can be measured. So for example, if I might say, I help you double your sales in 30 days. Well, actually, the metric would be sales. Or, sorry, the metric would be double. Okay, so it's like, what's the number? What can you reduce it into a metric? Can it be measured? And sometimes, I work with a lot of clients who work more in the ethereal side of things, like they're helping people with confidence or relationship stuff, and so you have to be a little bit more creative on the metric, like instead of using a number, you might use like, I help people become totally confident, as an example. So does it have a clear metric? Do you have a clear mechanism? Can you add a risk reversal, right? When people don't know you, and this is one of the strongest, additions to an offer that will help you sell, is if you can stand behind what you do and offer a risk reversal. If we don't help you get this result in 30 days, we'll give you your money back. No problem. Join our Get Launch program. If you don't launch your program and make a couple sales, we'll give you all your money back. No stress. Right? It's like, especially in a world where trust is at an all-time low, having a strong risk reversal in your offer will significantly help. Okay. And then are you using language that your avatar is using, that your ideal client is using? Sometimes, you know, that was some of the feedback that I had. We had, when I was asking for feedback from some people a couple weeks ago, some of the feedback was, it's like, nobody talks like this. I don't use this language. And so that was really, really helpful. Okay, but how clear is your offer? The more clear and succinct your offer is, the more confidence people that you're talking to will have in you, and the more confidence you'll probably have in yourself for communicating what you do. And that's going to allow you to charge more. So when you're crafting your promise, it should be something like this, you know, I help. So I'll just do mine. I help online entrepreneurs 2x their sales so they can grow faster in 90 days without ads or complicated funnels, using my avocado method, 100% money back guarantee. Right? So how clear is your offer? You want to be able to have a framework like this to explain what it is you do. The more clear that is, the easier it is going to be for you to raise your rates and sell. Okay, and last up, the last thing that you could change to help you increase your rates is your process. Okay, so how are you currently selling? And this would be the exercise, right? Are you selling a course, coaching, consulting? Like what's the mechanism? How are you delivering the transformation? And this is my challenge for you. So what is your current so first of all, it's like, what are you doing? What are you offering? Let's say it's coaching. What's your current price? Let's say it's $1,500. Let's say, what's the target price? Well, I want to charge $3,000. Then I want you to stretch a little, double that. So whatever your target price is, double it. $6,000. Now you got to start now you got to actually start thinking, how in the hell would I charge $6,000 for my offer? Well, you're going to have to get creative. You're going to have to change your offer. You're going to have to provide more value, right? So, but why am I saying this? It's just like stretch the way you're thinking, stretch what you're offering, stretch your capacity to give and make an impact in the life of your clients. Okay. And then, and then these are some of the questions that you can ask around your process. What could you add that would improve the results of your clients? Like, what are some things you could add? Is there some additional training? Is there extra sessions with you? Are there partnerships that you could bring on? Is there, what are the things that you could add? But then equally important, what are the things you can subtract? What are the things you can remove from your program that will speed up the process? Often there's like, we overload clients and our clients with information. And there's usually people can move a lot faster if we actually remove some stuff. So what can we add? What can we can subtract to help our clients get results faster? And if we can help our clients get results faster, then we can charge more confidently. Okay, so you go through this, and if you're going to change your rates, if you're considering raising your rates, then do yourself a favor, download this guide. If you can't drop a comment in this video, and I'll send you the link. But we're going to put this in the guide section, and in the comments we'll drop the link shortly. And go through and look at, can I upgrade my avatar? How can I upgrade my promise? How can I upgrade my process? And what's my new upgraded price going to be? And this is just a simple little framework that will hopefully help you to raise your rates to confidently charge what you're worth. And if you want some help selling your course or program, or developing your course or program, or installing an organic marketing system so you have a consistent flow of clients, then let me know. Shoot me a DM. That's what we do all day, every day. So I wish you a very wonderful Wednesday. Thank you for being in this community, and let me know what you think about this video in the comments. Give it a like, bump it up in the algorithm, and thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone.